Hello, hello, and welcome to this week's vintage show and tell. It's a bit of a washout, I'm afraid, this week. On Sunday, it was absolutely chucking it down, so none of the car boots that I would normally go to were on. There's three around the Norwich area, if you're local to me, and they're all hard standing. So those weren't on. And then yesterday, my local antique market was also raining, and if it's not raining, there's an outdoor space where there's quite a few dealers would be. When it is raining, there's just a couple of dealers inside. So not the best, but I have got a couple of bits. And then I've got something else to also chat to you about. But anyway, this is my first purchase of the week. And I already have a more modern copy of Mrs. Beetons' Everyday Cookery book. But I just thought that this was absolutely lovely. It's so used, so old, and this is just really for my shelf. I doubt whether I'll actually use it to cook for. Unfortunately, a bit disappointing. By the time I got it home, this had come off. It's still just hanging on by a thread. Anyway, hopefully I'll be able to rectify that. But I just love that. And then these are just a silly thing, really. These are little glasses from the Queen's Silver Jubilee, so the 70s, and they were I don't know 25 pence each or something. I think they were 40 pence each, and then I got a deal. So I just thought they'd look quite nice with little tea lights in. They're just a bit of fun. They'll live in my candle drawer and come out when I want some candles. So those were nice. I've also had something else actually this week, a delivery. Now these were sent to me, and these are from Gail in France, GZ Bad Boys. I'll add a link in the description. And Gail naturally hand dyes fabrics, linen, antique linens, and she also just has such an exquisite eye for fabrics and things. She knows how much I love black and white, so she sent me this fabulous tablecloth which fits my table perfectly because she actually makes them to size, and she knows that I've just got a dress in black and white check as well, so when I entertain I'll be able to match my clothing with my table. So she sent me this. And also, there's my linen drawer, linen cupboard. And also these are just, look at that colour, absolutely amazing. And incredible to think that these are hand dyed. So these are antique napkins, which are huge, absolutely massive. And they just look wonderful with this check. So anyway, thank you Gail for those. As I said, I will put a link in the description if you're interested in those. Right, so like I said, not really a huge amount to show you, but I had a really good question the other day, and somebody said, do I think about what I want before I actually go out? And the answer is yes, absolutely. So I know I show you bits like these, and of course these aren't on my list. These are just silly little things that I quite like, that look quite nice in my home. But yes, the reason why I go out to antique fairs and car boots and things like that is because I'm actually looking for something. So I thought that I'd tell you the 5 things that I'm currently looking for at the moment. The first one, which is why this, let me just pop these down over here. So the first thing that I'm looking out for is more chapel chairs. I have a table which can seat 10 at the maximum, and I only have 2 chapel chairs and some other folding chairs, so I'm looking out for more chapel chairs. I am always on the lookout for vintage armchairs. The reason is, but living in a small cottage, the proportions feel quite small, and a lot of the modern armchairs that seem quite pimped up. So I like to find small vintage chairs, and then if they need reupholstering, I can get them reupholstered. But very often they're just great. They're sort of proper lovely velvet in fantastic colours. So I'm looking out for some more chairs. What else? One thing that I always make a beeline for is fabric. So very often I will carry a couple of little swatches, and these swatches are the sort of colours, the colour tones of my house. So I'll carry around these, look for fabric, and basically I'll just buy any fabric that I like that matches these tones, because you just never know when they'll come in handy. And as long as they match these colour tones, they can be made into cushions or curtains. So as the renovation project progresses and I need more soft furnishings, any fabric that I collect will come in handy. So that's chapel chairs, armchairs, fabric. I mentioned this the other week. I've got this beautiful vintage Swan neck light, and it's got the wrong bracket. Many of the Swan necks come with corner brackets, but I need one to go above my front door. If you see my videos, you'll notice that I just have this light hanging by a wire outside my front door. That needs replacing. I've got the light to replace it, but I just need to find the bracket. I think they are available. Well, normally you find the whole light and the bracket on eBay or whatever else, but I'm just looking for the bracket. And what else? Always looking out for garden stuff and kitchenalia. I want my kitchen to be very vintagey and very National Trusty, so I'm always looking out for pudding bowls and mixing bowls and vintage things. What else? Well, obviously the biggie is that I'm looking for furniture for my kitchen, so I'm having a freestanding kitchen, and that's going to be made up of all bits of old furniture, so I need to look out for furniture. I do have a bit of a weak spot for baskets. Do I need any more? Probably not, but a good old vintage basket is lovely. And I can't think of anything else for now, but I know I have a list, and as soon as I stop recording I'll think, oh, why didn't I mention that? But you get the idea. Oh, doorknobs. We have lots of old doors and not enough doorknobs. So I always make a beeline when I see a box of old antique brass doorknobs. So hopefully, that's the thing about wanting a vintage, elegantly knackered style aesthetic. You can't just go to a local shop and buy them. You actually have to be alert and looking out for things on your travels. Anyway, I hope that was useful. As I said, not a massive success this week. I shall go and put some tea lights in these now and light them. It's quite a dark day. Please do, as always, remember to subscribe if you're enjoying my little chats, and I will catch up with you next week. Fingers crossed that the weather is nicer on Sunday for a bit of car booting, and hopefully I'll be able to tick something off my list. Thanks for watching, and I will catch up with you again soon. Bye for now.